Hi, I'm Zach Parry. We're going to be talking a little bit today about recent changes the legislature made to Nevada's castle defense laws. Now, castle defense law, most states have one in one form or another, tells a homeowner under what circumstance they are justified in using lethal force against an intruder to defend their home. Castle defense. Nevada, prior to these legislative changes that became effective this year, just recently, Nevada had a castle defense law already. And the castle defense law basically said that in the circumstance where there is a home invader, you are justified in using lethal force if this home invader is committing a felony, a surprise felony, like burglary. So the question one would ask oneself, how do you know if someone breaking your home intends to commit burglary? Well, the burglary statute answers that question. And it says, if someone breaks into your home, there's a presumption that they are intending to commit a felony. In other words, if someone breaks into your home, you're okay using lethal force. Took a couple different statutes to say that, but that's the way the castle defense laws used to be. With the new changes, they really aren't that different. In some aspects, the legislature narrowed the law, and in others, it broadened the law. For example, now, instead of requiring or allowing lethal defense with a surprise felony, it is now required that it be a violent felony. But because the presumption is when they break in your house, they intend to burgle you, that hasn't really changed much. Whether it requires a surprise or a violent felony, they're both presumed anyway. Another change that was made is that now, instead of just breaking into any habitation, it has to be an occupied habitation. So it narrowed the focus of the law a little bit, although again the practical effect of that is minimal, because when are you going to be using lethal force when you aren't there? Never. And another aspect of the law was broadened. Now the law not only applies to habitations, but motor vehicles. And that's probably the most significant change to the law, in that now if you are defending yourself from a criminal trying to steal your vehicle, or while you are occupying your vehicle, you are now justified in using lethal force just like you would have been in your home. And the statute also created a rebuttable presumption that the homeowner was justified. There are certain criteria set forth to establish when the homeowner meets this qualification, but in most cases they're going to meet it. So the most significant change to Nevada's castle defense laws is that now it applies to motor vehicles in addition to just being in your home. So stay safe.